Hi.
Welcome.
Who's on tonight for Joan Sows? Hey, Karen, how are you tonight? Carrie, Janice, Diane, Cheryl, how's West Virginia treating you? Joyce, Karen, Louise. Hey, Kathy, how are you doing?
I love West Virginia. They have so many hills and
Yeah, it's pretty.
valleys. It's beautiful.
Hey, Beverly, how are you? Peggy from California, how are you?
Welcome, Peggy.
Ruth, Carol, Miranda, how are you tonight?
Hi, Miranda.
Carol, Karen, Teresa, how are you tonight? Judy, Lana, welcome. Loved your quilt, Lana. Loved the turkey.
The turkey was very, very
We
cute.
all did the gobble wobble.
Yes.
Hey, Tom, how are you tonight? Nebraska. Hey, Sherry, how are you doing? Hey, Carla. Cecilia, how are you tonight? Well, I think we got a great show for him, Joan.
We do. We have a special guest.
Is it?
Which we'll
Does
introduce
it
in
blue?
a minute. It's
kind of blue. I don't know.
so.
Who are we?
Quilters HQ, Windmill Sewing Center, and Sewing Machines Express. The websites are quiltershq.com, windmillsewingcenter.com, and QHQ2.com. We do this every Tuesday from 6 to 7 Central. Thank you for joining us. Please be sure to like, share, follow, do all the things with
Smash
the
up the subscribe button.
Ring the bell. What is it? Like, follow, subscribe, notify. There's
all kinds of buttons.
There's another one. All of the buttons.
Buy.
Buy.
Buy now. That's
Buy
the other
now.
one.
That's the other one.
Well, we are looking to increase the subscription reach, so definitely share.
Yeah, your shares are definitely appreciated.
Like to get to 5,000 followers on Facebook.
And we do have great content. So we're getting ready to start a sew-along that'll go for 30 weeks. It'll be a lot of fun. And it's a great, great project.
Well, let's do a sound check and a video check real quick to make
Okay.
sure, because some people said they having some trouble hearing you.
Okay, I'll try to speak a little bit louder.
So she's not going to use her inside voice. Okay, so everybody check in. How is the sound on YouTube and Facebook, and how's the video?
So really, I don't even have an inside voice. It's always an outside voice. And the voice inside my head, this background noise.
Tom says it's great on YouTube. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Really good on Facebook. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Yep, everybody's, I think we're good to go.
Let's get the announcements out there. So, Sewing and Quilting Retreat. This is a 3-day retreat. This is January 11th through the 13th. Cost is $50 for all 3 days. Bring your sewing machine, your projects, all that stuff that you can't do with the hubby, the kids, grandkids around. Just
dogs, cats, usually cats.
Escape. Oh yeah, the cat. The cat is always just right there going, what's this needle thing? I must have it. Our sew along, which is the stitched pink quilt, that starts next week, next Tuesday. We still have a couple of seats left. Robert, have you received any notification from people that want to be sponsored by you?
Who wants to be my sewing buddy? Yeah, so I've got to sponsor someone here on this quilt along.
So if you want to be sponsored and have Robert pick up your tab for doing this sew along with us, send him an email to support@quiltershq.com and tell him why.
Yeah, Joan's deducting that from my paycheck.
He'll make it up in other ways. Hard labor.
Yeah.
Let's Surge one.
Painting,
Make friends
probably.
with your serger. We added a new class. Well, actually, we added 3 new classes. Thursday, March 16th through May 4th, Thursday, June 1st through July 20th, or Saturday, June 3rd through July 22nd. It's $120 for an 8-week program. Everybody who's taken this class loves it, and you can make friends with your serger. And there is one prerequisite for that class, and you must know how to thread your serger. So we added a class for learning how to thread your serger. And that one is coming up Tuesday, December 13th, 10:30 to 12. It's $20 for an hour-and-a-half class. If you purchase your serger from us, bring your serger in. We'll go over it with you. New date, Let's Surge 2, Simple Garments, March 4th through April 18th. $90 for a 6-week course. And that one you make 2 new outfits. So that's fun. I think it's a skirt, some pajama pants, and 2 tops. Or top and a jacket.
I mean, definitely some take-home item projects so that you can wear and they're usable, so which is great. Stephanie just made it. She's in the internet thicket and has finally made it to the show. Welcome.
My first t-shirt quilt, January 20th through February 10th from 10:30 to 12:30 at Quilters HQ. Cost for that class is $60. It is 4 sessions.
That's a good one because we get a lot of t-shirt quilt requests on how to put those together. Do I stabilize? Do I not?
Sometimes you do. Sometimes you don't. Depends on how you piece it.
Hey, Georgia.
Okay. And so all of these new class, not your basic blue bag. This is the IKEA look-alike, I think. January 26th through, no, it's just a 1-day class. Cost is $40. These are all on the website, I believe.
Hey, Danita, how are you tonight?
And then we won't go into all of these because some of them are pretty far out there.
Hello, Mrs. Cranford.
Ben the Bear, which is this one. Saturday, January 28th through February 11th. This would be super cute if you took your baby clothes and made it out of those. So it's cute with the fabrics, and I love that, but what a great gift to give to a grandchild, a little bear made out of their parents' baby clothes.
Oh, what a cool idea. Yeah. What do you guys think? Hey, Patty, how are you?
$45 for 3 sessions, and that one is at Quilters HQ. Quilters HQ clubs. Ruler Club is the 3rd Saturday monthly from 1 to 3 p.m. This is for your domestic machine. This is not for the long arms. AccuQuilt Club, 3rd Thursday. And we have 2 more months to go on our project, and then we're going to do a demo lecture. And we'll give you more information about that one. You'll want to join us for that one.
Hey, Cindy.
Kimberbell Club, December 10th, 10:30 to 12:30 at Windmill Sewing Center. Okay, well, let's get started. So you've probably noticed all of these Juki machines out here, and that's because our special guest tonight is Joe Cool from Juki.
Joan, thank you for having me. Is this my inside voice? Is it okay? Can we hear me okay? Okay, thank you.
Sound check.
I hope you had a good Thanksgiving.
I did.
I hope all your guests had a great Thanksgiving. Have a great holiday season coming up. I appreciate you letting me come in. And folks, this is a commercial for Juki. Just to let you know. Okay.
It's an infomercial.
It's an infomercial. Joan asked me earlier in the office, she says, why would somebody buy a Juki? And it's because my wife's retired and I need to make more money to keep her retired. If she's listening tonight, I will be in trouble at the end of the show. But what I'd like to tell you about Juki is a lot of people don't realize that we are the largest manufacturer of commercial sewing machines in the world. We were talking about who we make machines for and what our machines sew. Well, auto interiors, the big airbag machines. We make machines for that. Daimler Chrysler, their interiors are sewn on Jukis. Wait a minute. Wonder why I have the Swish, because they use our sewing machines to sew their clothing and all that. So we're a huge manufacturer of commercial sewing machines. Commercially, our machines get to be 39 inches inside. So when we make the 18-inch quilt machine, that's really small for us, but it's good size for the home sewer. And that's what I like about being in the home division. All that research and development they take and put into machines, all that money they spend on research and development, we don't have to pay for it. So that makes our machines really very affordable to the home market. Okay, so it's a big, big plus on that. But one of the series that a lot of home sewers know us for is what we call the TL series. And it stands for Tailor Line. Because when we came out with the TL98,
did not know that.
It was more for the Tailor Line. It's a semi-professional machine. It's not a big commercial machine that you're going to sew boat covers on, but it's made to do more work than just normal home sewing. But it's the Tailor Line. It's very fast. They're 1,500 stitches a minute. where most home sewing machines top out at 1,050. Okay, they're only a straight stitch. And because this series is only straight stitch, you've got probably the best quality straight stitch in the market because you don't have any needle movement left and right. Because anytime you have a zigzag machine, you have a spring and a needle can move a little bit at a higher speed. So quality on the straight stitch, high speed. You can drop your feed dog. So if you're doing free motion quilting, drop your feed dog down, no problem with that. It's a little bit larger than most home machines, about 9 inches, but the height is what people like because you can fold or roll that quilt and not have a low opening. I've seen machines in the market that are 12 inches, but only 4.5 inches high. So you really have no room to work inside there. So again, it's great for the quilters, and we're very thankful that the quilters got a hold of this.
Oh, yeah.
Because, we like the tailors, don't get me wrong, but we love you quilters, okay? Just don't want to hide anything there. We love the quilters. But yeah, the tailor line, we've got 2 series here, or 2 models. The TL 2010, this is what most people will call about, ask about, they have. It's been out since about 2010, so it's been quite a while. The first TL series, TL 98, came out about 1998. So it's been out a long time. It's a proven machine. Casting's the same. So with this, you have a high speed, sliding speed control, almost like cruise. So you can push the foot control all the way down, but control your speed here, so you're not going to tire your foot out. A knee lift, so you can raise and lower the presser foot with your knee instead of having to reach in the back. And what I really like on this machine is this pre-tension unit, as we call it. That does a couple things. Because this has a thread trimmer, which we took out of our commercial line. Cuts the top and bottom thread when you stop. You do not need to pick up the bobbin thread to start. It'll just pick it up and start going again. What this does is it holds the right amount of tension, so when you cut the thread, it doesn't have too short of a thread in the needle, so it doesn't pull out of the needle. A lot of machines don't have this. There's other brands that this size, but they don't have the pre-tension. They don't have the speed control. Okay, so you have all that built into this. This has been, again, since 2010, great machine. Sewers love it. The quilters, again, we appreciate what the quilters did. But in 2018, could we do something better? So we thought we should. So at the request of the sewers, what we came out with is our model TL18. 2010, model 2010, model TL18, 2018. We're not really. The next one is to do out in 2024. No, that's not true. I just made that up. I don't know when another one's coming out. So, but what we changed on this, we kept the size, okay? We kept the pre-tension. We kept the speed control. A couple of things we changed. On the plate of the machine, the bed, there's holes where you can screw binders and folders in. There's a lot of binders and folders. So if you want to do your binding in your quilts, it's got the double fold binder you can get. It folds it right over. Okay? Well, it screws into the base of the machine. Now, I know it never happens, but if you did kind of strip the thread, what would you do? We put in a replaceable plate. If that happens now on the TL18, you just unscrew it, put a new one in, you're ready to go again. So we just wanted to make that, again, somebody asked for it. Somebody said, hey, I have this problem. It was able to be fixed, but this makes it much easier. So that's one of the big things. We've got the lights turned off today because the fluorescent lights is a little bit too much glare. Now, we have, when this is on, the light's on.
Yes.
Okay. When the TL18 is on, we can make the light dimmer or turn the light off to keep the machine on. My thinking was, with my old age, my old eyes, why would I want less light?
Mine too.
But I'm not a quilter. What we found out, people asked for that because sometimes they're sewing on a little bit bright fabrics, whites, and the light, the LED light, glared a little bit, so they were able to turn it down or turn it off when they were working on that fabric. So again, it's something that the consumer asked for.
Okay.
Nice.
And it's not often that manufacturers listen, but we try. Sometimes we can't do it.
You can't take all the requests.
We can't take them all. Somebody asked me at a show, I think it was 2 years ago, the quilt show here or so, asked for a specific thing, and I jokingly said, we can make you anything you want to pay for. But sometimes we just can't put it into a machine affordable, so we can't. But the big thing, because this is a semi-professional machine, a lot of people want to do bags on it, heavier fabrics, okay? You have a pressure foot adjustment on pretty much all machines, so you've got a certain amount of pressure on the foot, so your fabric will feed through, and you can loosen this. The problem is when you loosen that, then it doesn't hold the foot close. It doesn't hold enough pressure on the foot to the feed dog to pull the fabric through. But on a bulky fabric, sometimes that pressure is too much, and the top gets held back, and the bottom gets feed through, especially binding.
Yes.
And it kind of shifts. So you grab the walking foot, which, by the way, both of these come with that. Okay. But what we did in the TL18, we have again, commercially it's common, we have what we call a micro lift. I'm not going to change the pressure on this foot, but the dial on the top, back, right. Yeah, right. Okay. Okay. We turn this.
Hey, Doris, how are you?
If you can notice the foot, and I don't know if you can see it in the camera, I hope you can. As I turn this, the foot will start to raise off the plate of the machine. What that does, see it's starting to come up there?
Yeah.
Okay. So it'll come up so far. I have an adjustment up or down. Even though my foot's down, see I can raise it or lower it. The foot's down, I didn't change the pressure, so that's consistent. I just gave the fabric more space to glide through without the top being pushed away from the bottom. So this micro lift foot is just really a great addition to the Taylor line series. Quilters love it for binding because it does not replace a walking foot,
right.
But many times you won't need that walking foot.
Yeah, we do binding on this machine, and we don't use a walking foot. We just do the binding.
With the foot, yeah.
But one of the things I love about these machines that you don't see in the other lines is access to the industrial feet. Like
I know it was on my next page, really. It was the next page, I had it.
Like the compensating foot. This is one of my absolute favorite feet. And it helps you make that perfect finishing edge. So
uneven fabrics, like
Yeah.
you said, the binding, or sometimes you want to do zippers and it makes it nice. And we do have zipper feet. What I really like on this series is it's a standard high shank foot or a commercial foot.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I like that is we don't make every foot there is available in the market. We don't.
Yeah.
And you're not stuck buying just a foot for just this machine. If it's a high shank commercial foot, you can use it.
Yes.
So you're not stuck buying a very specialized foot, which makes the feet very affordable.
Yes.
For the end user. But you're right, the compensating foot, right and left, inside and outside. Mm-hmm. Okay, the walking foot, like I said, comes standard with this. But even the free motion feet, it's got the round ring and one's bigger than the other. And it's called free motion 1/5 inch and free motion 1/4 inch because you do shadow, echo quilting. You can be 1/4 inch away from each line or 1/5 of an inch away from each line. Open toe feet for free motion. That's all here. Stitch in the ditch, now we have that also, so that's something new. But yeah, that's the TL or Taylor line series that we should. Heavy?
No, I mean, so there was a question. Carol, that's just the camera making it look like they're different sizes. They are actually the same size.
Yeah.
Exact same casting.
The blue makes it look smaller, but it's not.
It's cast aluminum, right?
Die cast aluminum. It's the whole head. The only, you have a cover on the side that's synthetic on the side here. I think the weight of the head is 28 pounds is what it is.
And is the TL, so is it 30 pounds? Or
no.
20, about the same?
They're the same weight. There's
Okay.
not a difference in weight. I mean, it might be a couple grams different, a couple ounces. So I think it's 28 pounds.
So someone, another question on the
Yes.
TL series was, can you do ruler work? on
Yeah.
this? So
Thank you. Yes, we
yeah,
do have a
great
ruler.
question, Kathy.
We do have a ruler foot available. That's one foot that you can get a generic ruler foot. The reason I really stress our ruler foot is because you have different thicknesses of rulers today. 1/4 inch, 5/16, 3/16. You can buy one ruler foot because ours is adjustable. Instead of
Yes.
buying one
It
that's
has a little screw on
little
it that
screw.
you
Yeah.
adjust and raise the.
Yeah, so you don't have to
distance.
buy a 1/4 inch ruler foot, a 5/16, a 3/16. So I do suggest ours, but you don't have to. You don't have to buy that Juki foot if you don't want to here. And what I really like on these machines, and we do make what we call a free motion table. It's 32 by 24 inches deep. And it fits when you put the machine this way. So you're working on it from the end with this large table, 32 inches by 24, almost like a sit-down long arm machine. It just seems it's much easier for us to move left and right than it is this way, just as human beings. So we do have a free motion table. It fits on any of these series machines, but it just gives you that large workspace. But these do come with the table. The extension table comes with these. So, but great question on the ruler foot. Thank you for asking.
Yeah. And so when you're thinking about which one do I get, think about what you are mainly sewing. So rag quilts, this is great for that because you have this micro lift. So if you've ever been sewing along and you find yourself assisting your project under the presser foot through the feed dogs, that's when you're looking for the micro lifter. If you're doing just straight piecing, this is probably adequate for you. But I always say, buy the best fabric you can afford, buy the best machine if you can afford. So if you're looking at between these, buy the one with more technology, because it's better to have it and not need it than need it and then you're going to look for another machine.
It absolutely. But also what I want to point out on these two machines, the TL18 comes with $287 worth of accessory feet more than the 2010. So the 2010 will be a walking foot, a regular foot, a free motion foot, a zipper foot. This will come with your open toe foot, your two sizes of free motion. This will come with your compensating foot and your quilting quarter-inch with the guide. So it's $287 worth of feet more.
Yep.
And they're feet that most people end up buying anyway. So just keep that in mind, also.
4 bobbins, 5 bobbins.
5 bobbins come with it. They are a semi-commercial bobbin. They're a metal. The bobbin case comes out. It's not a drop-in bobbin. So bobbin case comes out. It's a metal bobbin. It's a standard L bobbin. It's not anything special. Needles are just a standard needle. If you want to use Oregon or Schmetz or Class A, it's not a special needle. Yep. It's just a flat-sided needle. But the flat side goes to the right.
Always the groove faces the bobbin.
Yeah. So when you thread this, you're going to go left to right towards the hand wheel. You're going to thread it towards the hand wheel. But it is a standard home sewing machine needle also.
Love these machines. I've nicknamed it America's favorite sewing machine.
And did you know that you're my favorite person?
Aww.
Second favorite.
Second.
Well, third. I got a daughter too, so I don't know. Okay. The boys, who cares? Let them fight about it. Now, I want to mention something. If you've ever seen a TL 2010 online and you've looked, it's been out there, kind of set in stone price is $9.99. Through the holidays, Juki does control the price, sorry, but we want to be fair to everybody. $8.99 right now. It's the lowest price we've ever had this machine at. And I'm not going to be your typical salesman like, we've got 5 left. We will run out by the end of the year. Okay, so in January 30 or January 1st, the price would back up at $9.99. Okay, so right now this with all the extra feet and everything is on special at $12.99. Yep. Again, that's the lowest price Juki's ever authorized on the machines before. Kind of our inflation fighter, we're all tired of paying more. And because those industrial guys pay for all the research and development, we'll just pass the savings on. And if they're watching in Japan, I'm in trouble right now, I can tell you that. So, okay.
But great machines.
Yep.
Love them.
Can I move them aside?
Yeah. I'll take this one.
I'll take this one.
Nicole Moore, how are you tonight? Welcome.
Give a shout out to Nicole because she is our local Juki ambassador.
Hi, Nicole. No, I'm not coming by tonight. She invited me to stop by, and I did not reply to her email yet, so I will.
Over just a smudge. That's about as far as we can go.
Okay. I just love this.
So what is the story with this guy here?
Like.
This is the Kokochi.
Mrs. Ferguson, how are you?
Which translated into good feeling.
Oh, Mary, how are you tonight?
And it feels really good. And it feels really good to sew on it.
It does.
That really sounded tacky, didn't it?
No.
I don't know if your viewers knew, I'm very shy.
Yep.
I'm very shy.
Yeah, yep.
They
say you're shy.
I've only been on a couple times. I'm very shy. As a child, I would not answer the phone. I didn't know who was calling. And then they invent caller ID. So,
Well, there you go.
there you go. Now I don't answer the phone because I don't want to talk to you. No, that's not true. Okay. One of the things on, again, what we do commercially, we bring into the home market.
Good.
This is a 12-inch long machine. Not 11 and a half, it's 12 inches to give you the maximum sewing space you can use. The screen is a swipe screen. So to get to your different stitches or settings, you can just go to sewing and swipe through it. You find a stitch you want, little free stippling stitch, you just touch the screen. Okay, so it's very easy to operate.
Seems like a phone, Joe. Is that how you came up with it?
I think I can't take. Thank you, Robert. I'll take credit for it. It's actually bigger than most phones. Yes, it was all my doing, folks. See my nose growing right now? No,
Yep.
it's not true. It wasn't my doing. One of the things you can do with this, we don't have it hooked up now. If you have Wi-Fi at home, you can connect to the Wi-Fi and watch your sewing videos on Juki's website.
But
There's a safety tip in here, Joe.
There's
I
a
think,
safety,
somewhere.
or you can go to YouTube and watch sewing videos.
you could watch this show.
Okay, you can't go to any other brand's website though. I don't know how we blocked it, but no, I'm just kidding about that. But this is much safer than texting and driving because you cannot sew and watch the videos. When you start the machine, the videos go to pause. So it's much safer than texting and driving. But you actually can have Wi-Fi. You do have Wi-Fi connection. You could connect and watch videos. And it's nice because even the manual, literally the manual is a PDF in the machine. You can see your manual right on the screen. And with the large screen, it is easy to see everything. Okay.
Yeah.
But what I said earlier about we take stuff from our commercial division, put it into the home market. In the commercial world, if you change a needle plate and you want to go from a zigzag plate to a straight stitch plate, it's very common to change the feed dog. So here to change a plate, hopefully I can get it from the back without putting my hands in the way. A little screwdriver comes with it. I can put it in there and just twist and it pops the plate up. And there's my zigzag plate. Now there's 7 slots here because the feed dog is 7 pieces for the zigzag. And what they call a box feed. So when it comes up, all the teeth come up at one time. They all move to the back at one time and they all drop. They don't come up in an eggshell. It's not elliptical because especially quilters, you want all the teeth touching that fabric to pull it all the way back. Okay. So you've got 7 pieces and you've got a nice wide oval opening for the needle to go left and right. And then some people will say, well, I want a straight stitch and I don't want that wide opening because my lighter weight fabrics, especially at the end or beginning, gets pulled down. So we do have a straight stitch plate. So the needle has just that single hole to go through. That needle plate supporting all that fabric so it can't get pulled down. But look at the plates. Difference in the feed dog. This plate, straight stitch, is just like the Taylor line, the TL series. Okay, and the feed dog are moved much closer to the needle opening. So it grabs the fabric better. But how do you put this plate on a machine that has feed dogs like this? Well, you would just reach here, lift up from the front, and you'll just take those feed dogs out. After you poke yourself with the needle, if you do it from behind. I gotta go home.
We gotta get a first aid kit in here quick.
Remember, I'm very shy. Really, folks, really, with a name like Joe Cool, could you be shy? Okay. Middle initial is B, and that's very true. So, sorry. I told you it's late. I warned you. So here's the zigzag feed dog for the zigzag plate, and here's the straight stitch feed dog. They're made to work with this plate to give you a much better stitch. So again, very common commercially, but in the home market, we are the only ones that do that. And normally it's easier if you're in front of the machine, but you just put the feed dogs in and push down and they're in place. That's all there is to it. And then I can take my plate, little bit of an angle here, and just push it down. Now I
probably got an error.
I can only do a straight stitch now, so the machine will tell me that. So now I cannot do anything but a straight stitch. So I don't have to worry about setting a zigzag by mistake and hitting the plate. Other machines where you change that plate, not all of them have that sensor. And you could put it on zigzag by mistake and crack into plate. Well, it's not a big deal if you just break a needle, but you may throw the machine out of time and need adjustments. And But you know what? They can take care of that here at Coulter's HQ. They have an excellent service department.
We do.
And they're here 6 days a week.
6. Yep.
I think you should be here 7 to take care of your folks, but that's
We
okay.
probably are.
I'm just kidding. So that's a feature that you find commercially. We do it here. But other features we have is a integrated smart feed. And what I mean by that, instead of using a walking foot, you pull this down and it snaps down in place. Now you have your walking foot built into the machine. So it moves right with the feed dog. Feed dog come up, that comes with it. But sometimes you have that shifting. We can actually adjust the stitch length of the top feed separate from the bottom. So you can fine tune it to keep that minky fabric, that plush fabric right together and not get that shifting on it. Okay, so that's built into this machine. And that micro lift feature where I can float the foot up for the heavy fabrics, it's on this machine. So we didn't take anything away. As we go up, we just add more features to it.
Some more features.
So that's our Kokachi, our DX4000 with all these features.
So how many stitches per minute on this one?
1,050.
1,050.
1,050. Okay. Snap-on off feed obviously is pretty standard anymore, but go ahead.
Yeah, the opening in the back. So your foot actually has this opening, and so this allows that
Integrated smart feed.
integrated. I always call it upper feed dog.
No, somebody else calls it that. Some other company calls it that.
Okay.
We call it integrated smart feed.
Integrated smart feed. So fits right in here and pulls those fabric from the top.
Exactly.
As the feed dogs are pulling from the bottom, and it is.
So any of the feet that can be used with that foot have the opening in the back.
Yep.
And if you have a foot like your rolled hem foot or your edge guide, your overcast foot, you can't, it doesn't have that opening in the back because you can't do an overcast when you have the straight stitch plate on or that integrated smart feed. Okay. But besides the accessory box here, you have your accessory tray, and this also comes with a large sewing table also that comes with this.
Built in, so you don't have to order one separately.
Right.
The pedal has a cutter
Oh,
built
nice.
into it.
Yeah, the foot control has, I think it's 7 settings. The second pedal on the side, you can set that to cut the thread, raise the needle, raise the foot, take
cool.
a back stitch or a stationary stitch. Okay, all off the second pedal there.
And you might be able to make like a coffee or like a cappuccino with it. Look it up right.
We're actually talking to George Clooney for an espresso.
There you go.
I don't know where this comes from. I'm sorry. I apologize. I just don't know where it comes from.
But the other thing is, Juki gives you a lot of the feet that you need. So you have
Feet
your
are
ditch,
expensive. I mean,
ditch foot. Is there a zipper foot?
There
in
is a
there?
zipper foot.
Zipper foot. 1/4 inch foot comes with this one,
1/4 inch foot. Free motion zigzag foot comes with it.
and ruler foot as well. So quite a bit of accessories with it, but we're going to move along to sergers.
Okay.
And we only have 2 to compare. Juki makes a ton of sergers.
We were in the home market, we were one of the pioneers in home sergers. Years ago, back in, I hate to say how long ago I was doing this, but back in the 70s, they were one of the pioneers in the home serger market. Okay. And we still do. We sell a tremendous amount of the small compact sergers or MO machine overcast stitch. Again, we're not real creative on this. So they all come with the waist tray. I'll set that aside for a moment. And at current time,
For that one?
like this, we can use the same power cord.
Oh, can't. No.
No, you're right. Oh,
Need
this is
one
a
with the
different.
pedal.
Joan will get the power cord. Our MO2000, couple of features that really like on this is, one, needle threader for a serger. It is still a standard home sewing machine needle. So you're not going to have to go out and buy a special needle like you used to have to do on sergers.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have to anymore. It's a standard home sewing machine needle. If you're used to serging all, it does have a differential feed. So the front feed dog is a separate piece than the back, and you can speed it up to do some gathering or ruffling, things like that, or slow it down to keep your fabric from gathering and ruffling. rolled hem now, you don't need to change the plate anymore. It's just flip a lever and you can go right into your rolled hem.
That is an awesome feature.
Which a lot of people like that a lot. Okay. And we'll show you one of the biggest features here right now in just a moment is one of the things people don't like about sergers is threading the machine. Well, as I said, we have a needle threader on this.
Okay.
But also, we have, oh, wait a minute. You know what else? I'll make your way into threading. We got an LED screen.
I do like. That's one of my favorite features about this machine.
It's the book is built in. I tell it what I want to do, 3-thread, 4-thread, and it shows me where to set everything. I don't have to remember anything.
Because otherwise, we're digging out our manual.
We're digging out the book, trying to figure where do I need, which needle do I use, the left or the right, or do I use the upper loop or lower looper? So we have that built into the machine now. Yeah. Okay, needle threader, but it is an air thread serger. So when you go to thread your serger, you don't have to stand on your head. That's why I'm bald, by the way. Before air thread sergers. Somehow you don't believe me, do you?
I think you almost made water shoot out of Robert's mouth.
Okay.
Hey, Barb, how are you? Hey, Linda.
Okay.
Paula.
That wasn't true. I'm sorry. But when you want to thread the serger, you would flip this lever. And the tubes, the loopers are tubes now. They're stainless steel tubes instead of being a flat metal piece where that's a groove in it. I am bleeding. Okay. I'll get over it. Sorry. So those tubes will close. And when they do that, I just push the button and the motor blows the thread through the loopers. You can thread the upper and top at the same time, doesn't make a difference. And that's nice. That's a nice feature. But you do not need to thread this machine in a certain order.
That is also huge.
You know, in the past, at sergers, you had to do the upper looper, the lower looper, then thread the needles in that order. So if a thread broke,
you get to rethread your whole machine.
It seemed like it was always the upper looper, which is the first one you thread. You don't have to anymore. It doesn't matter what order you thread this in. So if you broke a looper thread, you just close the tube, push the thread into one of the ports here, and push the button, and it'll thread it for you. So that is, besides easy threading, it's just not much stress because it doesn't matter what order that you put this in. And we help to eliminate the stress. I'm setting you folks up for something here. So we put the book in the screen right here in the machine so you don't have to stress out over where to set your tensions. I wish you could see Robert's face right now. But that's the MO2000. That is the current top of the line for the QVP. Quality, professional. Quality, value, professional. That's the current top of the line. But before we go on to the next one, let's go to another MO2800. It's got some really, really nice features on this. It does not have the LCD screen. I'm sorry to say, it doesn't have it. Okay, but it does have the same needle threader. It does have the looper threader, so it is an air thread serger.
Now the needle threader works on both needles.
Both.
So
left or right, or just one or the other.
Moves up.
Moves up, moves left or right. What I like on this, the 2800, it just came out early this year, very well received. But I will say some people like that LCD screen because they don't want to stress out over the tension that causes. So, sorry folks, I'll stop. What we've added here, when you do a rolled edge, you don't need to change that looper tension. Normally on a rolled edge, you want to increase the lower looper tension so it rolls it to the back. Okay. This, I just flip the lever here. It increases that so that it gives me a nice rolled edge without having to change my tension here. Okay. But it has a knee lift too. Now, it's one thing a lot of people like. There is a knee lift on this, would go into the front. So if you're working on your garment, you're working on you can piece. I love, again, I'm not a quilter, but I see people piecing because you can set this for your 1/4-inch seam allowance. You can hang on to your work and just use your knee and lift the foot. A lot of people like that. But this has a feature besides the knee lift and the rolled hem, and it's difficult to see on the camera, but I can what they call tweak, and not tweak. Okay. What it does, this little lever here, the stitch finger where the thread wraps around moves separate from the blade now. So a lot of times people say, oh, I have loose edges. My thread's looping off the edge, and they think it's the tension. Well, it's not. The blade's cutting off too much fabric, and it's not, your thread's not wrapped to the edge. So we can adjust that stitch finger separately from the blade if we want to. So that is a nice feature.
That is a nice feature.
That you can't do on the MO2000 or others. So, it's not an air thread. I mean, it is an air thread. You can thread in any order. Yeah. And, rolled hem, we change that. You don't have to change your tension to get stressed out over the tension. We have to have fun here, folks. This is all
this kind of show. So.
This is all ad lib. I asked them earlier, what do we got planned? They said,
hey, we're here.
As we go.
Yeah,
So,
we're here.
Okay, so we're here. So this, again, it's a great serger. I love those few features over it. But what you can't see today, but you can imagine it. Mercy me. I can only imagine.
Draw a picture.
Okay.
We're drawing pictures.
You're going to draw a picture.
And you're hearing it here first, right?
I think so, because we have not sent this out to you yet. We're just finalizing the copy, so you don't even have this information yet.
Don't tell anybody.
So, Mr. Rich Gold, Vice President of the company over in Japan for a meeting, if you're listening. Too bad, I'm spilling the beans. Joe Cool works for Rich Gold. We figured that out, okay? Yeah. Sorry. So this is it. It's an MO3000.
Oh, cool.
Oh, is it ever?
So he's getting a new.
So
graduating up again, so there's got to be features.
We've been
waiting, yeah.
But before Christmas, we'll have in only 150 for the country. We're air freighting those in, okay? Now we'll have more. Don't worry about it. But before Christmas. But I don't want to promise Christmas delivery because we don't know shipping from where else. Okay.
Shipping is tough.
So the MO3000 has the LCD screen.
Okay.
Okay. And on the LCD screen, it'll show you which needle to use, which loopers or needles you're going to use, thread it. But it's an ABCD dial on it because it meters the thread. It measures the thread. How much thread do you need in that upper looper to do that 4-thread stitch? How much needle thread do you need to get that stitch when it's at 2.5 or 3? So it's metered. It measures that thread. Wow. Do you know what that means?
No, I was going to say, why is
there's no tension anymore. So you won't stress out over that. See, that was all leading up to this. We've done away with tensions. Okay, we've done away, and I'm going to be up front. We're not the first ones to do it. The patent's up. We stole it. Okay. The patent was up, and it's here. It's just the way it is.
Work,
okay,
right?
It's the way it is.
You said something else that's really cool about Juki and patents.
Well, anytime we've come out with something new, like the auto tension years ago, in the home market, we don't patent it because it's good for the industry. We just don't feel a need to keep it all to ourselves right now. But again, we're the largest commercial machine manufacturer. We're not the biggest home sewing machine manufacturer. We used to make machines for other brands. We don't anymore. We only make machines for ourselves. We no longer make them for anybody. So, but yeah, no tension.
Wow.
A, B, C, or D. But there's more.
Okay, there's more. Okay.
You get a
second spatula.
Second. There might be a third one. Okay. There is a third one coming. Okay. And
it's a 3,000. I was expecting three.
Things, right? And you can't spoil it because you don't even know what.
I don't even know what it is.
So on a serger, you chain off.
Yes. Some
people pull the thread or the fabric around and cut the thread.
I do that.
Or some people use the thread cutter on the side, right? Or they grab their scissors. Mm-hmm. Nay. We have a thread cutter on a serger.
I don't think anybody else has that.
Nobody has it.
That's interesting.
Wait a minute. I should say that. Nobody in the home market has it, but commercially, we have it.
Yeah.
And what I like about borrowing from the commercial division, it's not something new that isn't tried. We know it works. So we're able to bring it to the home market without...
8 hours a day.
Those
machines run.
8 hours a day, not even 8 hours. It could be 3 shifts.
It could be 3 shifts.
So it works. It's not that we're bringing something brand new to the sewing industry. It's just to the home market. So with the thread chain cutter, You can run off as far as you want. You could push the button on the front of the machine and it cuts it. There's a little knife in the back of the plate. It comes up and cuts it.
Nice.
Or you could set your foot control and you push the heel and it will cut it.
Oh, nice.
Or there's a sensor. You can tell it, I want to go 2 inches off and cut. I want to go 3 inches off and cut. It does it for you automatically.
Serging the batting and backing off of my quilts is going to be a whole lot easier.
That's interesting because Nicole said that she serged a quilt on this in Houston.
Yes, she did. Oh, it's right, Nicole. You saw it. Don't spill the beans. Nobody knows. Yes, Nicole, our ambassador, she does a lot of major shows with us, and it was a pleasure to have her in Houston at the IQF show. It really was. She puts up with me. Imagine putting up with this for 4 days. Okay? But number three. Remember the micro lift foot we had in the TL18, the TL series?
Yes, sir.
We have incorporated that into the MO3000 serger. So now you want to serge that heavy polder fleece, minky. You can just float the foot, and you have plenty of space for that fabric. You like that? Plenty of space for that fabric filter. Again, exclusive in the home industry to a serger.
So now I can attach my binding with my serger and not have to worry about it shipping.
Oh, wait. Are we working on more feet for that, like binding feet?
Oh,
yes, we are, but that will be out late in the year. Late in the year. Not this year, late next year. Okay, so we're working on
that's more to come.
And more to come. And it is because we've got a lot from consumers. Well, can't you do this? Or a lot of people know what we do commercially.
Yeah.
Well, you do this here. Why can't you do it here?
Sure.
So we can. Matter of fact, little thing commercially. Did you know who SpaceX is? Have you heard of SpaceX? All the space uniforms for SpaceX are sewn on Juki sewing machines.
So you've been to space.
We've been to space. We have not been to the moon yet, but I'm hoping one day we get there. And back. Isn't that Buzz Lightyear?
Yeah, well, you want to come back. Yeah, you want to come
Infinity and
back.
Beyond. We want to come back. So,
yeah,
the MO3000.
See it?
No
it's
tension,
beautiful.
so there's no stress.
There you go.
Nice.
That will be out late this year. Again, very limited quantity, so I don't need, you might not be able to get one before Christmas. Okay.
That is very cool.
Now, when we started this today, I told Joan and Robert that I don't have much to say, and Joan says, I think you can take 45 minutes up real easy.
Right there, 45 minutes.
I think you know me.
I think, we've talked.
But I appreciate having you let me in. I do appreciate it. Folks, thank you for putting up with me. I know I can be over the top sometimes. It's been a long day.
No,
it's
awesome.
This is great.
But I appreciate the time.
Educational, everyone, hopefully.
And
Somebody
again,
learned something.
I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Have a blessed Christmas season. I still say Christmas. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I still say Christmas. So, again, thank you.
Well, thank you for the information. I think
Thank you.
everybody appreciates the background of Juki and the knowledge that you bring to the industry.
And on Friday, you'll get the email with all the information about the MO3000.
Can't
I
wait.
can't wait.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
I'm already thinking about things I'm going to do with it. So.
Happy to help. So thank you. I'm going to let you finish with your guest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
We just have one more thing to show you, and I finished a project. We have questions? Oh.
Let's do thread of the month.
Thread of the month.
And this is lingering back to your turkey.
Yes. Oh, by the way, the pumpkin bread pudding is...
It was delightful.
Is it gone?
It's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
So.
I scraped the side of the bowl.
Did anybody else have a shortage on whipping cream? They couldn't find whipping cream anywhere in any of the stores. So we had to settle for the whip, Cool Whip. Color of the month is 2130. It is medium butter. It is just a fabulous color. You could use it for quilting or piecing. And it is 15% off for the show and 20% off if you're in the club. Comment Make It Mine 2130 and we will get one on the way to you. And what else?
So you talked about the club of the month.
Yep. Giveaway, but
we do have a giveaway, but we have a show and tell before that giveaway. Yep. So
this is one of the quilts that I designed. This is our previous AccuQuilt Club quilt. So I made this in the 4-inch size, which I wish that I had done with the serger because the back would have been so much tidier with all those little tiny pieces. But here is the 8-inch cube all finished. And so we will be adding this to the website for purchase if you, to the Joan Sews website, which has nothing on it right now, so don't even bother going there. But
you want to get out there and bookmark it because there is stuff coming. This is new.
There is
so
stuff coming. Go bookmark that webpage. Yeah. It's joansews.com. It'll be a place we'll be posting videos, all kinds of stuff. But patterns like this that are patterns that I've designed, they'll be available for purchase on that website as well. So this year, I don't know about you, but I'm already thinking about New Year's. Not necessarily resolutions, because those are kind of pressure, right? Well, I made a resolution, now I gotta do this. So I don't really make resolutions. I make monthly goals. So my goals for this year is to take all of these unfinished projects that I have like this and finish them and make more room in my studio. And so as I do, I'll be bringing them in. I brought this in to have it quilted. This is too big for me to quilt on my sit down at home, so having it quilted here. Couldn't find a backing that I liked, so we'll wait. More fabric's on the way. So, but I wanted to share this with you, and the pattern is almost ready. We might make this in rotary cutting. If you don't have an AccuQuilt, seriously consider getting one. They're so worth it. I know it's an expense, but you have all of this fabric sitting around doing nothing, and if you have one of those, you can whip up something like this. This does not take a long time to make. And it is a perfect project for a serger because you're sewing them at an angle. This is pieced diagonally, all of these rows. And
so you had a lot of interesting stuff in your sewing room when you were digging around.
I found treasure. So when I get it all pieced together, I'll bring it in and show it to you. So if you are like me and you have projects in every single stage. So I had two. I finished this. This was almost done. I finished this and I put binding on 2 quilts over the holiday weekend. So so yeah, just projects waiting to be bound. That's all they were waiting for.
And you found some linens, I found
some linens, some embroidered projects that I had started, one I had completely forgotten about, and all kinds of stuff. So when I finish those, I will bring them in. Different techniques, we can talk about them, we can have fun with it, and you know, hopefully I can remember what I was thinking when I started that project. Probably not. Some of them are old, but it's a lot. It's 2 tubs that are like this big, full of projects in all kinds of stages. So I think we need the giveaway. Yep. Robert dropped it. It's not breakable though.
It's not breakable.
Tonight's giveaway is brought to you by Brewer, I think. And it is the Art Bin Bobbin Box. And these are just absolutely handy to have. So, I don't know. I think it'll fit just about any size. They have class 15 in it. And so one lucky person is going to take this home as soon as Carrie gives us a winner. Oh, wait. Joe's telling me I'm not done yet. Joan Shriver, congratulations. You're a winner of our Art Bin box. Don't jump off because Mr. Cool is up to something and you probably don't want to miss it. So what does everybody think of my quilt? I love this quilt. I think for me, it is almost impossible to make a quilt twice. So recently I discovered the block that I showed you, well, I don't know if it was last week or the week before. I think it was the week before, that was super easy. You cut it out and you're making 2 blocks at once. I have made this one twice. I don't know if I want to make it this big again, but I have another colorway of this that is reds and purples, and it's this real fiery kind of color, and so I might remake it in those colors as well. So stay tuned.
Well, we have a Christmas giveaway, John.
We have a Christmas giveaway.
HCL 80.
No, wait a minute. You're not going to steal my thunder.
Oh, okay.
All
Go
right.
in there and get him.
So I want to apologize to everybody because when you did your grand opening, I promised you I would give you a sewing machine to give away. And I didn't. So I will have it here before Christmas.
Okay.
It's model HZL 80.
Okay.
So it's going to be a late grand opening holiday giveaway. However you want to work the drawing, however you want to have them sign up, that's up to you.
Okay.
But if you go online and look, it's a model HZL80 Juki. It is a $499 machine.
Yep.
Nice.
And I'm going to supply you one so you can give it to one of your lucky viewers. How's that? So however you want to work the details, but that's Juki's Christmas gift.
Well,
Okay.
thank you.
But I apologize.
very
I
much.
didn't do it during the grand opening. I was supposed to, so I apologize.
Oh,
Well, that's awesome. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Happy New Year.
Hey, awesome. Well, there it is, folks.
there it is. You heard it here
They're
first.
always giving us something new.
DX
MO3000.
MO3000 on the way. Giveaway from Juki for the holidays. We'll figure it out. We'll get back with you. So, thank you for joining us tonight, and hope you found the information about the Juki sewing machines beneficial. Joe is such an amazing resource in the industry, and we appreciate him coming here and sharing his knowledge with us. So,
what do we always say, Joan? Most of the problems that we hear are...
check your thread path, rethread your machine. Just rethread your machine. Change your needle, and always, always, always oil your rotary hook.
Please, 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 because that will
Please, please,
cover 90+% of your problems.
And if you can't figure it out, bring
Call.
it in. We can help you. So a lot of times it's something simple, and sometimes it's just another set of eyeballs that will solve a problem. You don't have to take it in for service. Sometimes you do. So if you can't fix it at home, just stop by. We're happy to help.
All right. Hope everybody had a great holiday, and welcome back.
We'll see you next Tuesday, if not